Hello, ladies, and welcome back to part two with Song.
Woo!
How we doing,
Hi.
ladies?
Very good. Very good
Yep,
to see you again. I'm glad
Oh,
we're doing a part two.
me
well,
There's
too.
we
so
had
much
to.
that we didn't talk about. Yes.
Yeah,
We had to.
yeah. We got a lot to talk, so
Yeah. So, how are we feeling today?
Still pretty good.
yep.
Yeah,
I'm
Deanna.
excited. Yeah.
Rumor has it Mercury's either just come or is about to come out of retrograde. Always a good thing. I'm not 100% sure, but somebody said yesterday it came out, then I read today it was coming out. I'm like, I don't care when, but it's coming out of retrograde and everything is good after that.
Okay.
Usually, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's what we're
Woo!
waiting on. All right, I
Yeah.
understand that.
And it
I
was a full
just,
moon yesterday or
Yes.
today.
Oh, moon
It
was
was so
beautiful.
beautiful, so
Yeah.
bright in the sky, and
Yes.
everything has this blue tone to it when you look outside at night. It's really pretty. I really
Mm-hmm.
like that part.
Mm-hmm.
And then the
I
Mm-hmm.
stars
was lucky
shine.
enough to be driving through West Texas in the dark, dark on I-10. It's pitch black out there. In between like San Antonio and Marfa is where I was that night. And it was a full moon as I was
Mm.
driving. And driving with a full moon, magical.
Oh.
So I feel you
Mhm.
on the full moon. I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
with you. All righty. So, something I would like to start off with today is, last time we were talking about brainwaves. And so, of course, that led me down the rabbit hole of going, I wonder if brainwaves and lying on a couch have something in common.
Did you do any research? Did
Of
you
course
check
I
it
did.
out?
You know I
Of
did. You're
course.
so funny.
Yeah.
Of course I did. Yes, we all know. And so, yeah. And then I was so discovered that Freud actually is the one who started that. He's the one who discovered that laying on the couch takes you all the way down into that alpha state and at a lower alpha state. And that's one of the reasons why laying on the couch works so well. And you just start, what do the kids call it today? Word vomiting, to your therapist
Mm-hmm.
and stuff. And I did not know. I found it really interesting that it went all the way down to like, I think it said 7 to 18 hertz or something like that, but it's pretty low. And I found that quite fascinating. So anyway, so yeah, so to remind everybody who everybody is as I'm saying your name, Song from
Hi, I'm Song from Turning Ideas Moves Everything, also known as Song That Woman Over There.
Perfect. And of course the incredible Deanna.
Hello, everybody. I'm Deanna, and I'm from here, and I'm on Facebook as the Spirited Soul.
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, Song. So one of the questions I actually did not get to ask you last time because we did go so long, but it was so great because we really enjoyed our conversation. I think for me, I think hearing the story behind your name was really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I thought
Thanks.
that was really cool. And then I liked how we shifted into talking about hauntings and how that type of stuff, just all the energies and how that goes. I mean, we were just everywhere and I loved it. But I do want to bring it back just a little bit. What inspires you most, Song, about the work that you do? And for those who weren't with us on part one, so just a quick little blurb of what is it that you do?
I never really did answer that completely in part one. So I
Nice
help
catch.
people overcome issues that they may have, either mentally, so repetitive thoughts, or mental blocks, whatever is stopping them from moving forward in their lives. The other thing that I can do is make adjustments to their physical body through the ether. So if you have a part of your spine that's out of alignment, when we're talking, I know I can tell which part of your spine is out of alignment, a lot to do with the form that you fill out in the beginning. But then it sets the intention of which area of your body needs to be aligned or realigned. And then from that, we go in and we mentally change some of the thoughts that you're having that keeps you out of alignment. And then we sink those thoughts in so that you don't have a relapse of going back to that old programming that you used to have that caused you to have the misalignment. And because of all of these intentions, you will accidentally bump into something or somehow, some way, I don't know how it happened. It's different for everybody, but they end up making the adjustment physically on their own bodies after the session. So let's see, if we needed to adjust some of the bones in your head, well, then you would accidentally bonk your head on something. Nothing to hurt you, but just enough that you get that little bit of a nudge and
Of a
it
shift.
yeah, it manipulates your body to get those changes back into correct alignment. So it's really, really unique. And I find it very interesting that we can do this. And it's happened to me so many times where I need those adjustments. And I just laugh about it now. I'll give you an example. A couple of months ago, I had a session with somebody and I knew that I needed my hips aligned. And so I asked for some healing to go onto my hips. Once the healing has happened, we've indicated that it was going to happen. The session was finished. I felt really good. Everything was great. I now know that I'm going to have some sort of an alignment on my hips. Well, I have chickens, and one of my chickens got out. So I started chasing after this chicken. I was running, and it had rained. So the ground was slippery. I just went from upright, poof, I fell down onto the ground. And then I just stood right back up and I put my hand on my head. I'm like, oh, well, there's the adjustment. Like it
Wow.
didn't hurt, but it's just the idea that your body, through the intention, will give you exactly what you need. And so, coming to me in a session, you not only get the thoughts adjusted and rebalanced, but we can also rebalance your internal organs in the same way. Like we change the cravings that you have, which I've done for somebody. She had a craving for sugar and she wanted to lose weight. So we went in and we changed the thought of reaching for something that has sugar in it and putting it in her mouth. We changed that thought to reaching for some nuts, some protein, something that has more nutrients, and she lost 30 pounds.
Wow.
Very cool.
So fantastic to just change the ideas. Turning ideas moves everything. That's where this whole thing comes from. You change the ideas, and people walk away 2 weeks later. They start to notice, oh wow, hey, there's really something to this. Is that a good description of what I do or how I can help people?
Well, it falls in line with what you said last time, the instant healing. You're always looking for that instant healing.
Yes.
So I would just say an all-around healer.
Yes. I also visualize things inside of people. So the I think it's a blink. If I blink when I'm focusing on somebody, I see their entire body and the things that need attention show up as orbs or little lights within them. So if I'm focusing on you, I can blink and because I'm only looking at your head right now, it'll it'll just guide me to where I need to go with a light. Maybe that's why part of this session I have a healing flashlight. I guide
Hmm.
you to use a flashlight. Hmm,
Yeah, I
interesting.
like that. It made me think of your spiritual chiropractor almost
Oh
in
yeah.
the adjustments. And then the other healing that's amazing that you can see that just by blinking your eyes, it helps you focus in and you can see right where people need it. Is that what you mean?
Mhm.
Wow.
I get drawn to the specific spots in their bodies.
Mhm.
You should have a session done by me. I should give
Mhm.
you a session.
We're
Yes, you
both
should.
saying yes, so I don't know who you're offering that to,
Well,
but
I've
we're both
You,
already
saying
Deanna.
yes.
Yeah, you,
I've already
Deanna.
given Ronnie a session.
Oh, then
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah.
should.
Yes, you should. She's
Mhm.
amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
All right, we'll
yeah.
Yeah.
figure
You
that
guys will
out
have
when we're
so
off the
much
air.
fun because of both the channeling.
Oh, yes.
Oh my, that's gonna be. Oh,
Ooh.
I just want to be present.
I was gonna say, you
Mhm.
want to be a third party too?
Sure.
I do. I'm just gonna be quiet. I'm gonna put myself on mute and just watch and observe
Mhm.
everything. So, what inspires you most about what you do?
The instant healing, like
The
you
instant healing.
mentioned,
Yeah.
it is because people, it is really inspiring to have that instant healing. The lady that I helped her lose the 30 pounds. I mean, let me back up. I don't I don't heal anybody. They do their own healing. I just happen to see the roadmap of how to get them there. And so healing is all self-healing. Don't
Hmm.
don't misunderstand that. I want everybody to know that they are the ones that are creating the map, and I can see the map and I get them there. I really do try to get them there. I don't want to say I get them there because I don't know, it just seems pretentious to say that I get you there.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. Well,
The lady that I was helping with this, she had an in-person session with me as well. And when she was here, I was adjusting her head and she could feel the flush of energy in her body after I made some adjustments to the cranial bones. And the one thing that she blurted out that she didn't really think about saying was, "Is it always instantaneous like this?" And I smiled
Wow.
and I said, "Yes."
mm,
Mhm.
Because it's just so fantastic to have that recognition right there for that moment as it's happening or as it's just finished happening.
I love that so much for you.
Thank
I
you.
really do. I get that. I know it. Deanna, I know you doing your healing stuff. I know you know those
Mhm.
feelings when you get the
Mhm.
rush and the surge and the energy comes in.
Oh, it's
I think
Hmm.
that's
amazing. Yeah.
I think that's our sweet spot.
The
As the
healing.
practitioner, feeling that energy come in
Yes.
while
Mhm.
you're doing it,
Mhm. Well, we get
right?
healed at the same time. I mean, energy comes in, it goes through. When I do Reiki, I always think to me and through me. That's the kind of the question or the request that I have for the universe. And so you feel it, your hands get a little hot, and then all of a sudden you get like those surges is the right word. And then
Mm.
you just know it's just traveling right through you, and you kind of benefit from it at the same time. And when you see it work as fast as you do, that's gotta be amazing. I mean, I haven't ever had anyone just say, "Oh my god, I'm healed," but I have people who have experiences, and I mean, that would be great, right? I could start a TV show or something, but, people have experiences where,
Think we did.
yeah, people have, like, they'll see lights or they'll see colors or they'll get messages that'll lead them towards their healing. But I like what you said about, you know, people do their own healing. We just, like you said, you turn on the light or you give them the map, and spirit comes in and does what spirit needs to do. But there's a reason that we have that phrase, physician heal thyself, right? Because that's what it comes down to.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that. Physician heal. I
Mhm.
forget about that. I think a lot of doctors forget about that. Physician
Oh
heal
yeah,
thyself.
I
probably.
don't think that
But
I don't
we're
think
not
that
going to go there.
physicians can heal themselves though. I don't I think that they always need to search for somebody else to help them heal.
Deepak can.
Well, that's part of being a healer, though, is that you want to go and heal other people, but you get your healing
Yes.
through the healing of other people. I think, at
Yes.
least. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree with that. That you
Mhm.
get your
Mhm.
healing through healing other people. So I guess
Yeah.
maybe I'm wrong.
Hmm.
No, it's just a different way of looking at it, because I know what you mean too. I
Hmm.
don't sit there and lay myself on the floor on a yoga mat and wave my hands all over over myself like I do for other people,
Yeah.
but we're still actively doing something to promote healing. I don't know. It's an interesting thought.
Hmm.
I do.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm just going to put this out there. I do that. I don't lay on the yoga mat. However, I do lay on my bed the same way that I want other people and kind of go in within myself and see what I need to work on. And then what I cannot do, because for me, and I'm just going to speak for me myself, my brain sometimes gets in my way.
Mhm.
I am still working on letting a lot of that conscious mind go and allowing a lot more of just the flow right? And I think we all are guilty of that. We live in this 3D society, and that when that brain gets to going, we've all been there trying to meditate, and your brain's just do 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 do, right? Learning to quiet that is a gift, and
It's
a
practice.
and it's work,
Mm-hmm.
exactly, and it's practice. Yeah. So once you get that, though, it's a great gift
Mm-hmm.
to give yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Right.
so that's how I look at it. I'm like gifting myself with this. And so when I can, I'll go in. But there's times that, no, that brain just takes over and it's not happening. And that's when I call somebody. hmm The same way that, yeah. So anyway, I have a question for both of you, actually. And whoever wants to go first, why do each one of you do what you do? Mm, I
It's
like it. You're both
I'm
pondering.
I'm called to it. I
Right.
just think I'm called to it. It just feels like I'm on the path of what I set out to do all along.
hmm
I
Song.
was going to say it's like a compulsion,
Right.
but
Mm-hmm.
call to it sounds a little less intimidating. 'Cause compulsion seems like
I'm a compulsive
I need
healer.
to do it. I need to do it. No, that's not how it is.
Right.
But
Yeah.
throughout my life, I always return to it. And
Mm-hmm.
you just sit back and you're like, well, how can I do this right now when I have bills to pay? I can't do this right now. I need to put it aside. But everything always gets put aside so that I can get back on this path. And going through the quantum healing hypnosis route has allowed me to stay at home and move forward on this path so that I can get more people in that lineup, that etheric lineup of people that need to be healed so that they can start coming forward and receiving the healing that they've always known that they were supposed to have.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it.
Is
So
there
other
anything that I would say that you wouldn't love?
yeah,
What?
the things that I don't say I love about. There's some things that I don't love. I don't love
Okay.
I mean, I would love your snow for 5 minutes, but we all know that Ronnie hates the cold.
But it's
Okay.
not my snow.
So, well, like I don't, I have a, I was going to say your location, but I mean, it's not that I don't love your location because I do absolutely want to see it one day. I can't wait, but I'll come in the summer.
Mm,
Do
that's
you
a
know
good
that?
time. We
Mm.
won't see northern lights in the summer though. They're out, but it's out between 1 a.m. and 3 a.m. when it's dark. That's the
Oh,
only
okay.
time
Well,
it's
that's fine.
dark. We'll just
We
go look
had
at
we had
planets and
northern
stars.
lights. We had northern lights here like for months. I think there's still every once in a while showing up. I don't know what, I can't remember what started it all, but we've had amazing northern lights here in New York. It's been a
Wow.
thing. Yeah, they're like you can't see
Solar
them
flash.
until you turn the picture or you take a picture of it and you can see them on your camera, on your phone, but you can't
Mm,
always. You can see little light bits of it, but with the camera it's like purples and greens and just really vibrant. It's been amazing. Like, I haven't
mm.
seen him like that for years. Years. I mean, my son was maybe 3 the last time we had the red and green and really bright colors in the sky, and my God, he's 36 now, so it's been a long time.
I
So
get
they
to
must
see
be
them without the camera
see,
like
that's what I
that.
was gonna say, it must be beautiful up there because 'cause you're just that much
Yes.
I don't know if it's that much closer or just where you are geographically, must be gorgeous.
Yes. It
Yeah.
is.
Mhm.
They're not
Yeah.
out every night. It
Right.
depends on when the sun has released a solar flare.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mhm.
That's right. That's right. Yes, this was a very flary year for solar flares. It's been a big sun
Yes.
energy year, and then we had that eclipse on top of all of that. Did you get the eclipse song? Were you in the path for the solar eclipse this April?
Yes, but it was just a crust of it, like this
Okay.
much covered the
Okay.
moon.
We had total eclipse, and I've never
Yeah.
been in a total solar eclipse before, and it was just freakish. I mean, it was wonderful. It was really gray days, so you didn't even know where exactly the sun was until it went away. And then all of a sudden, like the street lights came on and anything that had a light sensor came on.
Oh,
And a few of us were out like across the street and over here and over here. And as it got dark, we just kind of coalesced in the middle of the road together. We're like, not going to be alone. Everything is weird right now. And it really, it was real. I can't imagine when those would happen in prior times when people didn't know and didn't understand why it suddenly got dark and then suddenly got light again and how that must have been scary but also I'm sure I mean I know it was a spiritual thing or people would it's the gods or the goddess or whatever it is causing this to happen or are we about to die and it's just fascinating to be in that.
I think that was the second solar eclipse I've been through, the
Mm,
total solar eclipse. That's the
yeah.
second one I've had in this lifetime, and I'm like, it's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it really
I
is.
remember the first time I was young and I didn't understand like why it was such a big deal, why I'm
Mhm.
running out there with like all the things, and you know. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's still I now as an adult, I can look back and go, man, that's pretty cool. I'm lucky like that.
Yeah, I think we're all lucky to be in the times that we are for to see the natural things that are happening and everything that's happening, the ascension and all. I mean, this is a magical time.
It really is. I
Mhm.
agree with you because things are shifting if people don't know.
Deanna,
Ooh,
can
I'll
you
let you
just
guys do
move
your own.
yourself over a little bit so we could see the light behind you that's in the photo?
Ah,
So I have a photo where the moon has the light shining out like that. It's called the diamond when it
Oh.
shows like that.
mm.
I mean,
Oh.
you have the earth, but
Yeah.
it would be through the moon.
Oh, that's
Speaking
Of
of
course, I
gorgeous.
wouldn't have
photos,
the earth.
You
thank
mean
you
you didn't
for.
go to the moon?
You didn't go to the moon?
Who are you asking? I've been to the moon. There we go. Let's just put
Okay.
that out there.
I'm like,
Spiritually.
Yeah.
I've astral traveled. I don't know about you guys.
yeah, like where have you been? I've
Oh,
been, yeah.
there was one time that I was just in a meditation or meditative state, and I said, I want to talk to the moon. And they said, okay. And I said, I want the moon to tell me something that most people here on Earth don't know about the moon. Guess what it said? You
It's
can't.
made out of cheese. That used to be the old thing when we were kids.
Yes.
It has a lot of mice.
I was told that the moon has a moon on the other side that we can't see.
Interesting.
And there have been scientific documents stating that the moon has a moon.
Hmm.
Within the last 2 years, it came out.
Really?
I was like, what? That was actually true. Holy shit. Okay, talking to myself really works.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is
Mm-hmm.
neat. Yeah.
I had a new experience. Speaking of driving back from, so I just drove from Sedona to San Antonio, right? And I was going through I don't know if you guys have ever been from Sedona to Phoenix. There's that whole saguaro cactus garden. It's a whole lot of area where you have all these big saguaro cactuses. Those are the ones that kind of look like Gumby.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same road that you would take if you went from Phoenix to Vegas?
I-40.
Then I
No,
have, oh, I was
to
going to say, then I have been at
Vegas. No, you would have been on from Phoenix to Vegas would probably be
through
I-10.
the Grand Canyon.
Then you go up 40. Yes. Then from there to, yes, you go up 40.
So were we on the same road?
Did you see all the Gumby-like cacti?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
it
the
right
only
there.
spot that has all
Oh
of
no,
those?
they're everywhere. But I mean,
Okay.
just when you're going through there, man, I mean, there's just an abundance. That whole area is just, it's like, it's their breeding ground.
Oh, wow.
It is. It's like their breeding ground. And it used to bother me sometimes because you would see the burn holes from the sun, in them because they get so dry and stuff, and the sun just slamming on them, 14 hours a day. It's so hot right in that area sometimes. Anyway, um, fun fact, Ronnie can talk to them.
Wow. What do they
I
say?
So they're quite funny. And if you know me, I'm not a very pun person. I'm a little more, I don't know, my jokes are a little more on the dry side is a way to say that. I feel like I have a little bit more of a drier sense of humor.
Okay.
Well, you were with the cactus in the desert, so you'd think it would match.
Okay, see, that's some stuff that they would say, not me. Okay. Yes, they would totally say that. So anyway, and I was like, oh my gosh, hey, I missed you guys. How have you been? Da, da, da. I'm just kind of talking to plants. I'm just talking to these guys in my head, like, hey, what's happening? What's going on? Da, 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 da. Lo and behold, I heard this and they go, oh, we're just sticking around.
Oh.
What?
Oh.
What? And that is not something that would come from me. That's not my sense of humor. So these things that came in, I
Oh,
was like,
that's funny.
that's freaking, and then it would never fail that one would be kind of like, they really are kind of human like. So it's really easy, I think, because they kind of have like this human essence to them, for lack of a better word in the moment. Like they have like this kind of human type essence to them. So I'm like, I wonder if that's why it's kind of easy to communicate with them. But anyway, so I'm like, I would see one right after I heard something like, oh, we're just sticking around. And I would see one that kind of looked like it was really looking at me going, hey, okay, cool.
That's neat.
And I'm just laughing and going with it. I'm having a good old time because even if it's all made up in my head, I don't care. I'm the only one in my vehicle and I'm having a great old time. And who cares, right? Like, seriously, I don't care. Anyway, then one of them tells me, well, can't we all be a prick sometimes? That'll teach you to talk about traffic when they can hear you.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, don't be prickly. I was like,
Oh,
are you kidding me right now? Like, where is this coming? Don't be prickly. Who says that?
Wow.
And then I see one with this little arm.
he's like waving at you.
Really? It was hilarious. Anyway, I'm sorry. But yeah, so you can talk about the moon, and apparently I could talk to the saguaros now. Craziest experience.
You should expand on that. And whatever plants are around you, just start talking to them and listen for what they say back.
Well,
That was just the opening.
I actually started talking to the squirrels in my friend's backyard, who I'm staying with here in San Antonio. She's got a beautiful garden in the back. I mean, just gorgeous, full of plants and stuff, a few herbs. Anyway, there were some squirrels this morning or yesterday morning. Yeah, yesterday morning. And I was like, oh, hi, guys. You looked right at me, but is that because you could hear? I don't know yet. So we'll see. We'll see. Trying to get that bird's eye view, literally.
Right.
So Song was telling me one time, Deanna, that you could actually in meditation go up, connect with a bird, and see through their eyes.
That is something that I have thought about, but haven't actually tried to do because birds and spiders are the two that I connect with the most. So yeah, I think that would be very exhilarating. I mean,
So I'm
yeah.
working on it.
Well, I flew in dreams and I astral projected as a kid. So I know the feeling of flying and I would love to have that experience again because it's just intense.
I agree.
So yeah, yeah,
I find it very
someday.
interesting that you have a bird's eye view, but yet you could have a spider's view.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have a great big view of everything, but then also a really small view of everything.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
That's pretty neat.
I would like to see things from a spider's point because I talked to the wolf spiders that live in my siding by my mailbox. Well, I think they're still alive. It's pretty cold out. I don't know where they are now, but every spring and summer, I say good morning every morning, or I say hi every time I go in and out the front door. And they ran away from me for a while, and then towards the end of the summer, they just didn't run away when they saw me. And wolf spiders are known for just like they're there and they're gone just that fast. And they would just sit there and sit and listen to me say hi and not run away. And I greet the crows every morning because they're crows. Um, yeah, it's just an affinity, I guess. I mean, they're not making puns at me or anything like the cacti are doing to Rhoni, but uh,
It was
there's
it was
always
the
hope.
craziest thing.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, but you also have the mothers, so
Right.
that's a big deal.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
But I've been into spiders my whole life. Well, again, makes sense, right? Yeah.
Which also explains our new podcast picture that I would like to give the biggest shout out to
Mm.
Song for. Thank you, thank
Aw,
you, thank you. So
Yes.
guys,
you're welcome.
I just learned that we can turn this into a podcast on YouTube, so I'm getting that in the works, and by the time you see this, it should have been completed. And that picture up on there is actually our Song's picture. So she took it, speaking of those northern lights, with the spider web, because
Mhm.
that is just it to me, it just represented everything that this is all about.
It was very fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It to me,
It, and it took me
it's
about 3 seconds to determine which photo would go for this podcast.
that's true. You did get it back
Yeah.
very quickly. And then I totally sent it to Deanna and I was like, what do you think about this? And Song's like, wait, I haven't edited it. I'm like, it's already gone. I just need making sure that Deanna thinks that this is as fabulous as I do.
Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, it's
Good.
amazing. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Song. I want to make sure that everybody knows that is your photo that
Thank you.
you were kind enough to donate to us. So
You're
oh, I
welcome.
got in my feels there for a moment. Here we go. All right. Whew. Um, so uh other than the lady losing 30 pounds, give us what was one of your coolest experiences while doing this?
I would have to say that it was when I was in a session. The practitioner asked if it would be okay to bring forward other beings. And I didn't know that I could bring forward other beings, other archangels specifically. I've already had an experience where I've had a sit down with Yeshua or Jesus.
Mm.
And I've also had an experience with the Council of 12, which I think you are very well aware of. We've talked about the Council of 12 quite a few times. But this practitioner asked to bring in Raphael.
Hmm.
And another time it was Metatron. So for me, those are the very unique and very memorable experiences because they have different energy. Raphael, wait, Ezekiel. It was Ezekiel, I think was the one that came through. It wasn't Raphael.
Zadkiel?
Yes, that's the one. Interesting that I had the wrong name. Maybe I guess he'll be next.
Hmm.
Or he's around right now.
Oh, yeah, that could be it too. Swatching over. Yeah, that was so interesting. So his energy came through my back, whereas other energy drops in. Uh, It's kind of an interesting thing, and I know Ronnie, you've felt this one time, and Tiana, you've probably felt it too, where your whole consciousness just seems to step aside. Your whole like you feel like your
Mm-hmm.
body is just over here on the side,
Mm-hmm.
and then they
You
come
almost feel
through.
like you're gonna fall sometimes.
No, I haven't felt the falling.
Mm.
You felt like you were falling,
The
or
first few times I
almost?
did it, yeah, I kind of felt like because they're shoving me out of the way. I was like, "What's over there? Am I gonna fall?" The
Oh, neat.
conscious, yeah. I feel like I'm gonna fall sometimes.
Oh, see, I hang out right here in my head, in the back. I just hang out, listen.
Yeah, but it's interesting that we can get set aside.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody would even understand that, I think, if you tell them, well, I just step aside. Like literally, I'm stepping aside, but I'm not going far. I'm still there. I'm watching everything. And
Mm-hmm.
they talk through me. It's still slightly my voice and the energy that comes through. So he had said, you humans are so heavy. I remember he was trying to lift my hand. And it was just so heavy to him. He's like, I
That's
can't
funny.
deal with this. I need to make this body lighter. So he showed me that he put a column of light inside of me, and then he pushed out this column of light so that instead of being this wide, it turned out to be this wide, so as wide as my body. And he made my entire body glow from the inside out, like a glow stick, actually, now that I'm thinking about glowing. And then he says, that's better.
Wow.
Like he just kind of relaxed into it all. So like, "Oh, okay, now I can do this."
He just pushed away all the dense energy and was like, and just able to sit in that instead. He's like, that's so much better. And then I could tell that he was trying to lift my hand again after that. And he was able to lift it out. And it was like my hand was floating instead of this big, heavy, dead weight of my actual hand and my
Wow, that's
arm.
so cool.
Wow.
So that was the most interesting.
I bet that would be a cool session. I can see
Yeah.
that being the coolest.
I'm going to be releasing it on my YouTube channel soon.
Do you have the name of your
Excellent.
YouTube channel yet?
Do I have my what?
What's the name of your YouTube channel?
Song, that woman over there.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a bunch of videos out from sessions done on me. So it's channeling different entities, different archangels. The one that I'm working on right now is the one with Metatron in it, where he gives us advice on how to combat the artificial intelligence that is masking as our own spinal vertebrae. Dun dun dun.
Ronnie, we did just move our heads the
What?
exact same way.
Did you go, huh?
Yeah.
Tell me more. That's my tell me
That's
more look. Okay, give me
that's
more.
really interesting. So
It
the
was,
AI, like what the same AI that they're using in everything or something when you say artificial intelligence, what do you mean?
it is more advanced than artificial intelligence. There seems to be some sort of consciousness on it, and it has an objective, and it knows its objective. And Metatron removed it from myself and the practitioner. But the way that he did it was unlike anything that we've been taught. He comes in with a dark, deep colored purple. He tricks them into thinking that he is not light. Because as soon as they see the bright light that we all use to help heal, they go, oh, that's not for us. And they hide. And they actually shift, I guess it would be shape shift, into our spine.
Hmm.
So he comes in with this deep
Hmm.
purple color, envelops everything. And once everything is completely enveloped, then he can shine light on them and it reflects inside so it doesn't escape anywhere. He says you have to trick them into thinking that you are not going to help them and heal them because that gives them the pre-warning. If you come in with a whole bunch of flooding in light, gives them the warning that they need to shift and hide.
So
Hmm.
what exactly is this energy, for lack of a better word? What is it? Uh,
He just said that it's artificial intelligence that's not quite artificial intelligence, that it's something more advanced than that.
Interesting.
And what I saw was the top of it. So I keep referring to my head and stuff because it was on the back of my head where the spine is normally, and that the top of it looked like a scorpion tail, but it's like a centipede. That's what it was. They said that it's very similar to a centipede where the centipede has tentacles, but these tentacles were trying to drop poison on the fluid that's in our pineal gland.
Well, it sounds like something that is trying to take some form of control over us,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have the origin of it.
I didn't ask actually.
Hmm.
That's a good question.
Because you wonder if maybe, I mean, the negative thoughts and projections that people put out there, if anything gets energy, right? Thoughts become things. And you wonder if it's just a projection of the negativity that we can't always escape easily or that we carry around. I just wonder, I don't know, I'm absolutely fascinated. So next time ask him because it'd be really nice to know more about that.
Yes, Rhoni.
So, you know me, I'm Googling over here
Mm-hmm.
because do we remember the movie The Matrix?
No, tell me more.
Yeah, right. Like,
Yes.
remember in the movie The Matrix, do you remember those centipede things? The da 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 that were crawling around?
No?
Well, I just Googled it.
Okay. What did you see?
I would definitely recommend Googling images of the centipede from the movie The Matrix and see if that's similar to what you have, because I'm looking at these and that's exactly where my mind went, because I'm here to tell you, for me personally, the movie The Matrix changed my life. I just didn't realize it the moment I saw it. It was later. And I equate a lot of my life to that movie.
Hmm.
And so that's always there in my brain, right? And so I
Okay.
Googled images of that, and I'm telling you, it's very similar, even in the movie The Matrix, of what you're talking about. It's kind of like, I can't show you because it won't come up, right? But it's kind of like half centipede, half scorpion looking.
What? I okay. I'm gonna look that up.
You know this,
It won't show.
you know what? I don't care right now. Um,
I only see images of the people.
Give me 1 second. That's not a good photo. It's not going to show well
What?
because I'm not good at this game. Sort of, kind of.
What did you type in? Centipede
Yeah,
and
I'll
then
send you this.
Matrix?
I'll send you this right now. Images of, oh, go away. Um, Images of centipede from the movie The Matrix. hmm
So what were the centipedes in the movie? I have to admit I've never seen it. So what were
Okay.
they?
So they were
Yeah.
actually what came out of Neo when he swallowed the blue pill. Was it the
Hmm.
red pill or the blue pill? I always get that confused. No, he swallowed the blue pill, right? Swallow the red pill. I
I don't
forget
know.
which way that goes.
I
I
wouldn't know the
do I
difference.
do always forget that part. As much as I love that movie and I reference it all the time, for some reason I get those two confused, and I'm not going to Google that right now. But
Hmm.
yeah, they came out of him and I was like, what were those? And I remembered seeing them, those centipedes in the movie The Matrix.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, ladies, go back and watch the movie The Matrix.
I'll
Well,
add
she
it to
said
my
she hasn't
list.
seen it.
Say
Yeah,
that again.
never. I've never seen it.
Yeah. You
So
are going to flip out
yeah,
about how much of that movie, it's not a movie, it's a documentary.
Oh,
It
I've
has
heard a lot of people
always
say that.
been a documentary to me. The first time I saw that movie, I was like, hmm. It just, one of those things that slams you and goes, oh, I resonate with this. It was that.
Um,
And
hmm.
if
so,
you
yeah.
just type in centipede spine, you'll get images of a centipede overlaying on a spine, and then the two prongs are at the top. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to be going down this rabbit hole a little bit later on tonight. We all know what Ronnie's doing because this is fascinating to me. And then I'm going to totally watch The Matrix, and yeah, because I want to remember where they're all. I remember them coming out of him like they showed in that image, but I remember seeing them elsewhere, and I don't remember how what their role was per se in the movie. So I definitely
Yeah,
want to watch that again.
that would be interesting to find out.
Yeah, I can't quote it. I know a lot of it, but I can't quote it. I'm not one of those people. All right.
Do you have any other questions for me?
I was actually my last question for you today. Are you ready? How do you feel about channeling?
I feel great.
All right.
I don't know
Then
if
make
it'll
it
happen
happen.
though. Well, I don't know.
Well,
Let me
then
just
let's
check
see if
in.
we can make it happen. Yeah, check in and let's see.
Deanna, are you going to try too?
Uh, I don't know.
Just you. You're on the spot.
Yeah.
Welcome to the hot seat. It's not meant to be the hot seat. It just feels that way in the moment.
It does feel like a hot seat. It feels nervous. Like,
I
oh,
understand.
what if I can't do it? What if it doesn't happen?
Well, then it doesn't happen, and that's okay. We all understand that.
Then you have to go to my YouTube channel and check out some of them on there.
Well, if it
Let's
doesn't
leave it at that.
happen, then we'll just say, what parting words do you have for us today?
Hmm.
That's really all. Yeah, because that's what I was going to ask them is what parting words do you have for us today?
Okay. Let me check in.
Yeah, so maybe just ask
See
them
where
that question
everything
and see
is.
what comes through. Maybe. And it's always so awkward when people are waiting and watching. Oh.
It's like the commercial. People can get up and go to the bathroom and come back, and we'll be ready.
I sense them, but they're joking with me. They just said a la peanut butter sandwich.
Oh, the counts. They've just been
Oh,
hanging out with the cacti too long.
oh yeah. You are ready to step out of the illusion. More of you are ready to step outside of the illusions. The balance of the consciousness on the earth is shifted. More beings are holding space and ushering in, not in, ushering, guiding the ones that are afraid.
So there's more coming to help guide everyone
They're already here.
out of the illusion.
No, they're already here. They're here on the earth, and their minds are changing because the illusion is breaking. Their illusion is breaking, and they will be the ones almost like holding the others' hands to walk through the illusion.
So is there anything that we as an individual can do to assist in this?
Hold out your hand for those that need help. They're showing me to hold out hands.
So what I'm understanding is help each other.
no judging. Yes, with no judging. Don't judge them.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Thank you.
That makes my eyes go cross-eyed.
I do that too sometimes.
I feel like I'm looking
At your
up
third
at
eye.
them. Oh, maybe.
I feel like I always look at my third eye.
I don't know. I just noticed it when I was coming out. I don't really notice that all the other times.
Well, thank you for that. And thanks to the council or whoever specifically
Yeah,
was
who was
speaking.
that?
That was beautiful.
That was inside the council. It wasn't the council members because I went up to the creator, went to the council. I sat in my chair, but then I went inside of the table to see what was going on in there. And they showed me this wall that was a mirror, and that mirror was breaking. But it wasn't breaking because I was breaking it. It was breaking because it needed to be shattered so that we can all see the real reality, like
Hmm.
whatever's behind this mirror. It was a two-way mirror, so we could look through it, but it was also reflecting everything that we were seeing. And then it shattered. And then they said, those that are, well, I guess they didn't say, they were showing me that those that are able to see the illusion shattering, they're the ones that need to help the ones that don't want to have anything changed. So the ones that are living in fear, we have to hold out our hands and just accept that they are outright refusing to change, but we have to hang on to them. Maybe it's to create a connection, to create that connection so that even though they are refusing to change, they'll still have a glimpse of the change.
That's what I call it, just planting seeds.
That's a good way to put it.
And letting
Right.
them know they're not alone.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So good. So any and all out there, that's what this podcast is all about. Planting seeds, letting you know you're not alone.
Yeah. I can't wait to watch that again because I know what I saw in my head.
All right.
Neat.
All right. Well, ladies, I want to thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. And to everyone watching, thank you so much for being here with us. Song. Ah, you're amazing. You know that. Near and dear. So much love
Thank
to your
you.
girlfriend. Just love you.
Yes,
Thanks.
thank you so much for being
You're
here with
welcome.
us. Yeah.
You're welcome.
And that message was beautiful and really spoke.
Great.
So, yeah.
So,
Thanks for having me.
oh, it's our pleasure. I can't wait to
Hmm.
have you back. I think you're going to be one of our big friends on here. Like,
Ooh.
I kind of had a moment today where I was like, yeah, I have a feeling Song's going to be on a lot. And I love that. So that works for me.
Yeah.
I have
But
time.
you have time.
Good.
Yes, you do.
Turning ideas moves everything. Right?
Hmm.
That's
All
right.
right. See you
All
again.
right. Thank you, ladies.
Yep.
Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Everybody out there, so much love to you. Have a great one. Thank you for joining us as always today. We'll see you next time.